know what's going on. How you doing?
Come on, man. I love to be on your show, man. You know, I've been on here a couple of times. I love being on the K Kente show.
Oh, man, I appreciate you, man, for the time you came on, man. That show was one of the most funniest shows that I had with that debate y'all had, man. I appreciate you for doing that. I appreciate Chris Dorsey for coming on. Like I said before, for people that didn't know about Chad InGold or who Chad InGold was, Chad InGold actually ran for mayor in 2016. Mr. InGold had ran for mayor down here in Richmond, Virginia.
That was a long time ago. It seemed like so much has changed. About 4 years ago, in such a different world. You know, COVID is just what I'm doing. You know, as a teacher, I'm teaching virtually here in Richmond. Since Richmond made to stay virtual all year, you know, that's what I'm doing every day. Pretty much that and that.
I'm telling you, man. I mean, this COVID thing, we can't do nothing but be virtual right now. We're on the curfew too.
Talking the vaccine out now. You know what you think about that?
Oh man, you know, man, I'm definitely not into taking no vaccines. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about how anybody else feel about it, but I'm definitely not into taking no type of vaccine. I never took the flu vaccine, and I'm definitely not taking this COVID-19 vaccine. I don't agree with that. What's your opinion on that?
And I don't know, you know, I mean, I definitely understand people's hesitation about a vaccine, especially one that was so rapidly developed. Even by these pharmaceuticals,
kind of quickly, you know, kind of rapidly, quickly developed. You know what I'm saying? So, I just don't agree with it.
I know 2 people have taken it now because they're nurses, so they've taken it. Or they say, you know, they feel okay. That's the only thing I really know, rather than the stuff I read in the news.
Yeah, because I read a lot of stuff up on what's in the vaccine, what they cut it with, all that. So. You know, we don't know what's going on in our bodies, man.
Yeah, I mean, I can only imagine we're going to know soon. You know, if they give 20 million or 30 million people the vaccine in the next couple months, then that's certainly something to look at. What happens to those people, and that will give us some more data on how effective it is, I suppose.
Now, what I want to ask you too, though, Chad, do you think that it's going to be mandatory that we're going to have to take these vaccines? That they're going to try to make it mandatory for the American people to take them vaccines? Like, even far as from like going in stores and going to different places, you think, is that going to happen?
I don't see how they could, because if we think of the current climate right now, right, they can't even get people to put on masks without throwing a fit about it. So I don't see how possible. I could see maybe people make school kids get vaccinated the way they got to get vaccinated now for chickenpox or measles and stuff. But I don't see how they could possibly make it mandatory and not spark some kind of huge civil unrest over that. With all the people that already believe the corona is real, or they believe the vaccine is containing a microchip that's going to track them. You know, this is real things people believe, so I don't see how possibly that they're going to that's mandatory and not cause a lot of problems with that.
Yeah.
And then, I know I had learned back when they were trying to get recent immigrants in New York City to take the smallpox vaccine, right? They weren't trying to take the smallpox vaccine. They said the Department of Health would just rope off buildings and not quite kick in doors, but just go in and just start sticking people. So I don't know if they do that now. I don't see how they could do that now. But I don't know. They did it before.
Yeah. Like, I just don't agree with what, you know, as far as with that right now. Just my opinion. I'm not taking no vaccine though.
You wouldn't take it no matter what? Like, what if some 20, 40, 50 million people took it and it was all right? Would that change, you think, the way you were looking at it?
I still would. I still wouldn't take it, because I feel like, you know, I feel like, far as with these vaccines, Chad, I feel like we don't really know what's getting put up in them. Even with the vaccine, when they give you the vaccine shot, right, it's supposed to have the coronavirus in it for us to be immune to it, if I ain't mistaken, right? So
I think they take like a weakened version of it, right?
So if it's a weak version of it, why are you giving that to us to be immune to it though? Like with us melanated black people, like, we go out in the sun and we get vitamin D. You know what I'm saying? Which is, you know, the sun is actually our cure. If we was to be in the sun a lot, that is actually our cure for us, for the vitamin D, the sun rays that come on our skin and different things.
You know, our country has the history of treating people especially of dark skin, the medical establishment in ways that breeds a lot of distrust. So I do know it's easier for some people to say, yeah, I'm going to take this vaccine, and they feel safe about it because they're not always aware of the history of what some medical establishments have done to people in the past. Yeah. You made me think, I don't know if this is attached at all because I'm not a doctor, of course, but I have learned that when really dark-skinned people live in northern latitudes, because it gets dark in the summertime, in the wintertime, then people don't get so much vitamin D. So I'm sure it's not linked, but we are in the low sun time right now, right? So
we are.
I don't know. That's I'm not a doctor, so I do.
I'm not a doctor either. You know what I'm saying? But I know about that. I know one thing about that sun, though.
Our country has a history of treating people, especially of dark skin, the medical establishment in ways that breeds a lot of distrust. So I do know it's easier for some people to say, yeah, I'm going to take this vaccine, and they feel safe about it because they're not always aware of the history of what some medical establishments have done to people in the past.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
Even here in Richmond, he used to, dig up bodies, do experiments on them. So, yeah, I understand how that happens. So it's hard to overcome that kind of thing. Even if the vaccine was 100% safe and legit, how would you overcome the kind of feelings people have? It's just so much different information people are aware of.
That's true. That's true, man. That's true. Now, like I said, man, this year is winding down, man. This 2020 is winding down, man. I want to say we got probably like a week. If I ain't mistaken, it might be a week and some days left in 2020. So this been a rough year, man. This been a rough year for everyone. As far as a lot of people passed away, a lot of different events happened. The coronavirus showed up. So we had a really rough year, man. I can say the whole American people whole had a rough year. So what I want to ask you for 2020, man, how are you going to attack this new year coming in, and what do you want to be better from 2021 to 2020?
At least hopefully we could say that Trump is going to be gone, so that's going to be a different thing. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, we know he's going to be gone. We know that.
No matter what.
He's still trying to fight. He's still trying to fight, though. He's still trying to
That's
fight.
why I say hope. It's like every day the news.
He don't want to pack his bags and relocate. He definitely don't.
He's still going to be around. Like, my hope is that he disappears and a lot of that kind of MAGA stuff goes away. That's my hope in my heart. My mind says that's not going to happen. And then, know what 2021 could even be.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I hope it's good. I hope it's good.
Do you think even for us for next year, man, like the school's gonna open up for the kids to go back in? Do you think that's gonna be a possibility, or what's going to happen?
I think by fall. That's what I think. Again, I don't know. It's hard to call it, but the vaccine for now. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with COVID numbers. Moving into like April, May.
Yeah,
I hope so. Like this virtual stuff, it's all right. It's all right as like a temporary thing, but this is no way to go.
You couldn't see it being forever though, like this being a new wave.
I do think some of it's gonna be forever. I certainly think like in Richmond, they'll probably make a choice to have some kind of virtual element for good.
Yeah,
but it does work for some kids. It's working great. For some kids, it's not working at all. So. For those kids that's working great, some of them may choose to keep going that route, and then Richmond may expand their offerings by having this kind of online school.
Okay.
And that's anyway, pushing kids to more virtual classes, and so this is a great way. They're probably going to put it on for a lot of the kids like that.
Yeah. As we know, man, the world has changed. As we know, Chad. It's not a world when how we grew up in. It's definitely changed.
It's different. It's different. It's different. It's so much different. I got kids myself, young kids, and like trying to navigate them coming up through the way the world is now with internet. Like it's just, it's a different world. And I don't know. Like I think back, is this the same as our parents saw it when we were little? Like was it that much of a different world then, or is it always like that for every generation? It just seems so extra for us now.
Yep. looking for you to come back on the show live, man. You know,
Yeah,
you
man.
invited guests to come on live. You know, once again, you know.
Thanks for having me on.
All the time, man.